In an effort to extend community engagement literacy and promote active involvement of citizens in the development of their areas, the Literacy Action and Development Agency LADA, in partnership with Twaweza Uganda, have recently launched the Participatory Action Research initiative in Rubanda district. This significant undertaking aligns with the provisions of the 1995 Uganda Constitution, specifically Article 37, Article 39, and Article 41, Section 1, which emphasize the participatory rights of citizens. During the launch event held at Volcano Hotel in Rubanda district, participants, particularly the change agents representing various communities, voiced their concerns regarding the deplorable state of infrastructure. They also discussed the lamentable condition of roads that have transformed into hazardous ditches, bridges that have fallen into disrepair, and inadequately equipped health centers. Schools, too, have been subjected to neglect. The participants highlighted the absence of a common platform for open discussions on these pressing issues. Additionally, they emphasized the lack of information regarding the appropriate channels through which they can present their grievances.
Members bataramanya aho basa kugira ngo umubazi kw'ekintu ninga shi office indehe barabasa kuzamu kugira ngo aho bakora ikintu kikabarema ngene barahungirehe aho ejo kirabasa kuberaho ahine ubu haija abashuma bashumurura pipe izo pipe bashumugwire abataka twayekunganya wari kushumura twamukwata chairperson ya teresimu ha district baragira chairperson umuntu kumutwara ya muhisayo konka ogwe muntu akatanga chairperson muka
shanjire abantu babiteremo mwete ngendo barejumbira mu nkiko okumanya programs za government okuziragenda nekindi abantu kibarebire PAR yakora habuhinga village bufundisa bukaunte villages ziraikanketa hati zitujoyininji.
The introduction of community-based research through this initiative is expected to unearth a multitude of challenges requiring urgent attention in their respective areas. David Muguruthi, the senior program officer for Twaweza, expressed the overarching objective of the initiative, which is to foster unity between authorities, leaders, and citizens within their communities. By empowering citizens within the knowledge and skills necessary to address issues affecting them, the initiative seeks to reduce dependency on the government for solutions.
The aim of this initiative is to bring together the authorities or the leaders and the citizens to close the gap that exists, and so that the citizens are able to hold the leaders accountable and leaders respond to the demands of the citizens. That's entirely what it does. But also it empowers them to be able to address issues on their own without relying completely on government, that everything has to be addressed by government, when in actual sense they have a role they can play. And that's what, by the way, the chairman LC5 was talking about, that leaders, community members need to be sensitized on what their role is, because not everything can be addressed by their government.
The Executive Director of LADA, Athambabas, shed light on the broader scope of the project, which spans across 5 districts in Uganda. Apart from Rubanda, the initiative has been implemented in Kamuri, Kore, Chenjojo, and Namutumba. Babas emphasized the primary focus on improving the implementation of the citizens' right to access information within these communities. By prioritizing community concerns and actively engaging duty bearers, the project aims to tackle prevalent issues such as the dire state of roads, the scarcity of medical supplies in health centers, and the insufficient availability of clean water, among other challenges.
This pilot is still on for 3 years. We are just in the 7th month of the first year. So after the 3 years, that's when we shall say this citizen agency works. In Rubanda, like you saw in the presentations, these were the case stories. This was achieved in Rubanda, this was achieved in Kore, this was achieved in Chenjojo, this was achieved in other districts. So can this continue? Can we build now citizens agency in many more districts in the country? Let's say Kabare now. Can we scale it to Kabare? Can we scale it to Ruchiga? But what is the perspective now? How is the perception of local government leadership to this level of programming and advocacy? All those will guide what will happen next.
Elix Sewandich, the Deputy Resident Commissioner of Rubanda District, expressed his unwavering support for the Participatory Action Research concept within the district. Recognizing its potential as a platform to foster collaboration between different stakeholders, including leaders and communities, Sewandich praised to incorporate the project into their working methods. This integration will be instrumental in effectively tracking the implementation of the new parish development model, which aims to uplift the welfare of communities in Rubanda district.
For any organization that comes in Rwanda, especially in all the government of Uganda, for research and findings and present the research information to us, we don't just keep keep the information. We definitely use it to implement and fill up the gaps. We cannot be everywhere, but when you get organizations that come to help to fill up these gaps, we must work with them closely for the betterment of our Rwanda and Uganda at large.
In a stern tone, Sewandich also voiced his intention to crack down on non-governmental organizations, NGOs, operating within Rubanda district without proper registration. He firmly stated that it is regrettable to discover that certain organizations are conducting operations in the district illegally, and measures will be taken to address this issue.
I requested in 1 week back, I requested the DCDO to avail me with all NGOs operating in Rubanda. And we want to start accessing where they are physically where they sit, where they are starting from. Do they have offices in place? What impact have they done for the last 1 year? Because we know these organizations come in, but they have funders. And this money comes with the names of Rubanda. So we don't want any organization to come work under Rubanda with the funds from any other source, and they don't implement the intended activities. So the report already have, when you look into the list, we have almost over 50 NGOs operating in this district. But when you go through checking into the records, we only have around 10 which are active. We are remaining with a few organizations that are on the ground.
A story by John and Amara, Norbert Ngamachi for Kigezi TV.